Chapter 1. Computer History and Classification. History of the computer. Who invented the computer is a question that doesn't have a simple answer. There were many inventors who contributed to the development of computers. Of course, this development did not happen in one step. There were various stages. Let us briefly discuss the different stages in the development of computers. The term computer came from the word compute, which means to count or to calculate. Early men used their fingers, stones, and bones to count. Abacus. Abacus was the first calculating device invented by the Chinese around 5,000 years ago. The working of this device was based on the movement of its beads up and down. Napier's bones. Napier's bones was invented by John Napier, 1550 to 1617, a Scottish mathematician and scientist. Napier's bones were multiplication tables written on strips of wood or bones. This invention helped in multiplying, dividing, taking square roots and cube roots. There are 9 different bones or strips with numbers marked on them. Pascaline. The Pascaline, invented by Blaise Pascal, France in 1642, was a mechanical calculator. This device was invented for the purpose of addition and subtraction via turning discs at the bottom of the device. After crunching the handle, the answers appeared on a window. Analytical Engine. The analytical engine, an important step in the history of computer, was the fully automatic calculating machine designed by Charles Babbage in 1833. He is known as the father of modern computer. This machine was designed to perform complex mathematical calculations. Tabulating Machine. In 1890, Herman Hollerith invented the tabulating machine to process the data for U.S. Census. This device could automatically read information which had been punched on the card. In later years, Hollerith's machine became very useful for wide varieties of statistical applications. In February 1924, Hollerith's company changed its name to International Business Machines, or IBM. Classification of computer. Nowadays, computers are being used at different places. The volume of work, features, functionality, etc. varies from place to place, so it was required to develop different types of computers. Generations of computers. Generation refers to the time period when a computer is being developed. After each and every generation, the technology of computer has advanced to fulfill human needs. Let us look at different generations of computers. First generation of computers, 1940 till 1956, vacuum tubes. The first generation computers used vacuum tubes for circuit and magnetic drums for memory and were as big in size as big as a room. Features of first generation of computers. The first generation computer used the vacuum tubes. It was expensive, consumed large amount of electricity, and generated a lot of heat. This computer used magnetic drums for memory and relied on machine language to perform operations. Input was based on punched cards and paper type, and the output was displayed on printouts. The UNIVAC, Universal Automatic Computer, and ENIAC, Electronic Numerical Integrator and Calculator, are the examples of first-generation computers. For example, Howard Aiken's Mark I, 1944, Moschle and Eckert's ENIAC 1946. Second generation of computers, 1956 to 1963, transistors. Features of second generation of computers. Transistors replaced vacuum tubes in the second generation of computers. It was smaller, faster, cheaper, more energy efficient, and reliable than the first generation computers. Second generation computers used symbolic or assembly languages for processing. High-level programming languages were also being developed at this time, such as COBOL and Fortran. Magnetic cores were used as primary memory, magnetic tapes and disks as secondary storage devices. For example, IBM 1401, PDP-1. Third generation of computers, 1964 till 1971, integrated circuits. Features of third generation of computers. Transistors were miniaturized and placed on silicon chips called integrated circuit IC, which increased the speed and efficiency of the computers. In this generation, the user interacted through keyboards, monitors, and interface called operating system. It allowed the device to run different applications at one time. This was smaller and cheaper than its predecessors. For example, PDP-8, PDP-11, ICL 2900, IBM 360, and IBM 370. Fourth generation of computers, 1971 till present, VLSI microprocessor. The microprocessor brought the fourth generation of computers as thousands of integrated circuits were built into a single silicon chip. In the world of personal computers, the terms microprocessor and CPU are used interchangeably. Microprocessors also control the logic of almost all digital devices, from clock, radios to fuel injection systems for automobiles. Features of fourth generation of computers. The microprocessor is the basic component of fourth generation of computers, as thousands of integrated circuits are built into a single silicon chip. Integrated chip called Very Large-Scale Integration, VLSI. The computers can be placed on small tables. Computers can be linked together to form networks. This computer uses Graphical User Interface GUI-based operating system. Operations of functions can be easily performed by mouse or keyboards. For example, IBM PC, Apple Macintosh. Fifth generation of computers, present and beyond, artificial intelligence. In this generation, researchers are focused on developing thinking computers or smart computers known as artificial intelligence AI. Some artificial intelligence applications are in use nowadays, such as voice or face recognition, thumb impression recognition, robots, etc. Goal of fifth generation computing is to develop devices that respond to natural languages input and are capable of self-learning and self-organization. Features of fifth generation computers. Parallel processing technology is used in these computers. These computers use superconductors in circuitry. They are used in speech recognition. Main focus is on artificial intelligence.